Yeah, no mail yet.
Okay. Good morning, everybody. This morning, I think it's still morning. Let's see. Oh, no, it's 12, it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Holy schmackaganolis, that's like late. But I slept late this morning. I don't know, feeling a little, I don't know. Some days you just feel draggy. Today's more draggy feeling. Maybe it's some part dragon, I don't know. But today what I'm doing is, I've made so many squares and I'm just keep making them and keep making. I'm making about 150. But anyway, what I'm doing today is I'm getting them put together with the flannels. So I cut a lot of flannel squares. I've got different flannel fabrics. Yes, Papa?
You got a...
Oh, yeah, thank you.
That was on the floor.
It was on the floor. Yeah. My stuff usually ends up in the floor. Good thing we have a floor, or it'd be in China. But anyway, I have been cutting these squares of flannel because those are going to go back on the backs of all my squares. So, and then they're going to get squared up, perfectly square. So like this way. And so what I've decided is I'm going to go ahead and do a cross stitch across each one and then around. And so then they are ready to start. I just love this one. I put that gold rickrack on it in between the pieces, and so I have a few. Now I did already start sewing some of them together, but I'm hoping now this one won't get flannel on the back because the way I did that one, I want that back to show. This is the one I did yesterday, I think, and I did the yarn sewed the yarn in between the pieces. And there's that one. And I'm just having so much fun with this. I'm just having so much fun. And so these ones I've got flannel on the backs of these. So these ones are ready. So what I'm doing is and once I get all them flannels on the back, then it's just stitching them together. And then putting the edge on them, whatever I decide to put for the edge, which I haven't decided that. But I keep changing, just changing things. So I'm going to show you down here. I'll show you this down here. So I take my piece of flannel. Isn't that cute with the little dragons? And I turn that upside down. So I have, oops, these are flannels. I got to put these over here. This. All my flannels are different too. I have just extra flannels from days gone by, and that's what I'm using. So I'm putting the wrong sides together on my two flannels, and on my flannel, and on the quilted on the pieced piece. And then I'm going to take and stitch, and I'm using a zigzag, and hopefully I don't bore you half out of your gourds by doing this, but this is getting close now. This is getting close to having this quilt on the bed. So I'm going to go, oh, no, wait. First, what I'm going to do is I decided I was squaring it up after I did the quilting part, but I decided I think I do better if I square it up first. Do you see this here rotary cutter? I just got this yesterday in the mail, and it was a gift from my friend. Her name is Ray, and she goes by Happy Ray of Sunshine, and she is a happy ray of sunshine. But she sent me this. Did I put my coloring book up? And a coloring book. I moved it so it wasn't right, so I didn't sew it. But she also sent me a coloring book, a unicorn coloring book she sent me. I just love my coloring books. I just love them. Well, see, I don't know what to do with it. That's not nice of me, but yeah. Okay, but she sent me this, and it's purple. Isn't that gorgeous? And this is one of the good ones, too, because, see, when you let go of it, the blade is already away from you. There are some of them that you cut and then you got to push a button or something to put the blade away, and those are dangerous because you can cut yourself so easy with them. These are so sharp, but if you can get one that's got this way on it, that's the best ones to have, because then you don't cut yourself. Now I had another one, but now this is good because it's good to have two, because I gotta move my thingy here, because then I have one at my cutting table and one right here. So because usually I'd sit down and then I gotta get back up and go get my cutter. So now that I have two, I am happy. And I like this one better. I like this one better than the other one I had. This one actually is much better. So it just says rotary cutter 45 millimeter is all it says on it. So it doesn't really have like a brand name, but I'm telling you, it's a good one. And some of them have found too don't have enough space here, and if you have something thick to cut using your ruler, sometimes it I have my ruler upside down. Sometimes some of these are made that their blade doesn't go down far enough to cut through all your layers if you've got more than one layer. So this is what I like about this one so much. And so now I have that cut, I have that trimmed, I have it trimmed. And so then now I'm going to do with my zigzag across. You know what? This is a weird thing, because I remember when we were in school. I remember something when we were in school, and I don't know, like elementary school or something, that, just a minute, let me do this first. There was a way, and so there was a way that you could make a square with an X in the middle and not cover over, not go back over one of the lines of the square. I'm going to try to remember how that was. I wonder if you go this way, then no. There's a way you can do it, and I was trying to remember that, so because then that is how I could do my X's, because I'm doing an X with a square around it. And but it was like a thing going around in school. Like if you could do it, then your IQ was high. If you couldn't do it, well, then you had an IQ of a worm. I don't know what it was exactly. I just made that part up. But now see, so I got, now I did this across this way, then I went this way, and then, but if I could remember how that was done, y'all probably think I've just done lost in my mind, but if I could remember how that was done, then that is how I would see, then that is how I could do these squares without ever lifting up my, presser foot, or changing my needle direction. Wait a minute. Oh yeah, there I'm going. Yeah, okay. So, see, now I have to lift up my needle because now it's already sewn across in both ends, so I have to lift up my needle and go over to this side, because then I got those two sides to go right there. Okay, and I need to pin these. Okay, see, so now I got those two sides to go. So get out your pencil and paper and figure out how that's done. There is a trick to it. Okay, see, now I've got all 4 edges and the X in the middle done, but I had to lift up my needle. Now, but, so I have the X and the square around, but I want to do it without picking up my needle. So what you do is you have to have a pencil. Let's see here. And a piece of paper. In this house of paper everywhere. Oh, what's this? Oh, it's an envelope. Okay, so somehow you're supposed to be able to go X, maybe. No, see, if you go that way, then I still have that side. So if you go this way, no, then I still have that one. So now, if you figure out how to do it now, tell me, or put it in a comment, where to start. Like left corner, left bottom corner, or right bottom corner, and then go up to this corner. But there is a way of doing it. I know there is. This way. No, see, I still don't have it. There is some way you can do this without picking up your pencil. And no crossing over the line. So that is what you all have to do for me today is... Nope, I still don't have it. But anyway, there is a way it can be done. And so that is your... So class, that's what you do today, is you figure that out for me. And then do the directions. Okay, so give me the directions. Like, where do I start on which corner? Or, you know, do I start diagonal? Diagonal? Wait a minute. No, that wouldn't be it either. Okay, anyway. That's your homework. Look at that one. That one's got dogs and cats. It says Hollywood, I'm famous. Diamonds and pearls. Oh, I love that one. Okay, now, and then here I've got this piece that has the ribbon lace down the centers, down the X, and so then I'm going to make my, I'm going to cut my square. I'm going to make sure my edges are, gotta remember to pin it this time. Alright. This is, you know, see, this is fun doing this now because, see, I was just doing piecing, and now I'm doing the actual quilting part of it, and that's awesome. It's awesome to see it coming together, and it's fun. It's just so much fun. And I am not quitting after this quilt is done, because I am, like I said, I'm going to make this one. I'm going to make a pillow shawl that will go with this one, and all of my subscriber quilt top, the subscriber quilt squares are going to go on the pillow shawl. And
what's a pillow shawl?
A pillow shawl, honey, is this quilt is going to fit on our bed. That's going to just fit the whole bed. So it's going to be square because we got a king size bed.
No, but you said a pillow shawl.
Okay, now I'm telling you the pillow shawl. Okay, so then once this is laying on the bed, then we put the pillows across the top, and the pillow shawl just lays across the pillows. Like a lot of times you'll take and you'll, normally what I do is I pull the bedspread up and then tuck it under the pillow.
Right.
Well, this won't work that way. This will lay just across the bed, pillows put back on, and then the pillow shawl will go across. So the pillow shawl will be maybe a little bit wider actually than the quilt by maybe a square or two. And then it'll be wide enough, probably 3 squares, to cover the pillows. And the pillow shawl, I might put like a fringe or something around it. Yeah. Okay, so I had to explain that to the hubster so he knows. He has to know this stuff. I'm glad he's interested in stuff I'm doing.
Who?
You.
Oh, me?
Yeah. You. Because you're my hubster. You're my bestie. You're my bestie. So, and we go from corner to corner. Okay, so I went from corner to corner. Now I'm going to go up this side. And that's what I got to learn. I got to figure, and I remember that it was something we learned when we was in school, and it was a test to find out if you were a genius. Well, apparently I'm not a genius because I don't remember how it's done. I bet if I asked my daughter, she'd know how to do it.
Drawing a square with the X
Draw a
in one without lifting the pencil.
Yeah, and not crossing back over a line. Don't lift the pencil and don't cross back over. Don't trace over another line you already made. If you can do it, you're smarter than Albert Einstein. I know I used to know how to do it. I know where to start and where to end. And don't tell me no. No. I thought maybe I just did it, but no. Not this old. No, not this old gal. Didn't do it. See, now I have to lift my pencil because I got one more line to do. Now the last one I did, I had to lift it for 2 rows, but now I have just that one down the center to still go. So yeah, it's a trick. This is your test to find out if you're Albert Einstein. You might be a direct descendant. Last night, gosh, it was so cold. We had us a campfire outside. We sat out there by the campfire and told some lies. You know, that's what you do up by the campfire. But, but I was telling my hubster about how my grandmother, when we lived up in the Minnesota in the farmhouse, the kitchen and dining room were like one room, but it was really long. And the dining room area part, just a minute, I gotta get a drink. The dining room area part was, had the dining room table in it, of course, which was a really long table. It probably held 10 to 12 people at this table because it was a very long oval table. And so, but the quilting frame that my grandmother and her lady friends used was actually hanging from the ceiling. And it had, it would hang from the ceiling, and it had little pulleys. And so the quilt was actually, I think, the whole size. What was my ruler? What did I just do with my, oh, here it is. The quilt frame, I think was actually the size of the bed, the size of the full-size quilt. And so it was just attached. And then all the lady friends, I always called them the church ladies because they was all from the church. And they would sit around that quilt frame and just quilt in front of them. And so, and they would just go zigzag or whatever they were doing with their little needles, and they would be talking. I don't know what they were saying because they was all talking in Finnish. And so I figured they was talking about us children. I don't know what they was talking about, but they was probably telling each other how beautiful this children's was. But they just jabber in Finnish, you know, while they're all stitching. And then the whole frame, then it had those little pulleys on it, so they were able then to just roll that thing back up to the ceiling, and then they would put the table back where it belonged, and then let it down again for their next quilting session. But I think, if I remember right, that so many ladies came even with their quilts, and they'd come to my grandma's house, because at the time my grandmother lived there. Then later on, my mom and dad and us, we took over the farm when my grandparents got older. But I think that was, if I remember right, it was the quilting frame that was shared amongst a lot of the church ladies would do their quilts at my grandma's house. And then they would drink a lot of coffee and have coffee leba. Leba is bread, coffee bread. I do know that word. That's Finnish. Coffee leba. And yeah, that's what they would do. And I just always thought that was so neat. And sometimes, you know, I was 14 years old when I had to leave my grandmother. That's when our family moved to Florida from Minnesota. And I really, because my grandmother was, oh gosh, I just idolized her. She was amazing lady. And I just didn't want to leave Minnesota, but I had to go with my family. You know what? I'm getting this all crooked. That's okay. I'll just make a turn there. Even if it's crooked, that's gonna I'll wind up at this corner no matter what. But yeah, I did not want to leave Minnesota. I did not want to leave at all. But you know, I was only 14 years old. I couldn't tell my parents what to do. And so we came to Florida then, and we went from a 140-acre farm. It was all dairy farm and hay fields. And moved to Florida to from a two-story house with a basement. We moved to a single-story house on 2 lots. No animals. It was such a big change. And where our town up there in Minnesota was very country. It was all Finnish. Mostly all Finnish people. And farming. It's just all farming community. And so we, oh, you know what, I just heard my husband say something. Darn it. He had a doctor's appointment this morning. I'd forgotten completely about that. Darn it. I think they just called him to tell him he missed his appointment. Oh, man. Oh, well. Because he said R-S-H-I. P. Chip. Yeah, that's what he said. Mm-hmm.
Billy just called me. He's on the phone right now.
Who?
Billy.
Yeah?
Today's Arya's birthday party. Are we going. He's coming to get us right now. He's on his way.
Oh, today's not Monday. I can't go to that birthday party. I would not. I left them a message and told them.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I would make everybody so uncomfortable.
Okay.
Hang on a second. I gotta put this on pause a minute.
Do you want to talk to him?
I don't know for sure. We'll have to find out for sure. Okay, I'm back here now. We got that taken care of or something. Oh, good grief.
So is he coming over at all?
No, because they're going to go now for that birthday party.
Oh, so I'm not going either?
Do you want to go? If you want to go.
Not particularly.
Not particularly? Okay.
I don't like to hear shit what they say or think.
Okay. That's what Billy said. I should not worry about what other people think, but I do worry about
I know, and there ain't no way that you can not, maybe. That's just a way that
I just feel they would be so uncomfortable, and I don't want to make them uncomfortable.
And you know you would be uncomfortable.
So, but I don't, for Aria, I don't know. It's just a crazy me. Sorry about that, you guys. When you get on my channel, you just never know. When you get on my channel, you're part of my family, and so, yeah.
All right, let me sit back down.
Okay, sit back down, Papa. And we'll get back on with this stitching thing. Ooh, this was the flower garden one I made. That's so pretty, isn't it? Pretty? Pretty, pretty, pretty. Okay, let's see. I'm just going to pin that right, put a pin right in the middle. And I'll try not to keep you all too long here. But I'm just going to trim. Yeah. I don't know if any of you all have families that are kind of, I don't know, dysfunctional maybe. I don't know. We all love each other so much, but sometimes just things just throw a monkey wrench into things. A monkey wrench gets thrown into life sometimes. And so that's what we're dealing with, is the monkey wrench. And I don't deal well with monkey wrenches. So, but yeah, it is what it is, and it is okay. So now I've got that squared up. So I'm going to go ahead and put a what am I talking about? I'm not even talking right now. I'm not even thinking, I guess. Put in a couple pins. That's what I'm doing. And I'm going to go ahead and get this, I'm going to stitch this one around. I'm going to get this one stitched around, and then I'm going to do a little reading, and then I have to just sit here and think, ponder, whatever it is people do. Think and ponder. Think and ponder. So, I need to tidy up a little bit too, because I have company tomorrow. See, another thing with this birthday party too, though, Papa, is there's going to be so many people there. And during this pandemic thing, people are supposed to be crowding like that. But I know Gigi's church is, they don't believe that even that this whole thing is real, I don't think. And so she's the one doing the party. And there's going to be a lot of people there. Okay, so anyhow, this here kind of a quilt, you guys. You know, when I say this is like therapeutic, it is. Doing something like this is therapy. It really, really is. And there's some days we need more therapy than other days. And today is a therapy needing day right now. Oh yeah, I don't mean to put my troubles out on you guys, but my troubles are my troubles. They're personal. My personal troubles. It's not the end of the world. It's my granddaughter's 5th birthday. I'm going to send her a card. Oh, did you find it on the...
Well, I'm looking.
Oh, Papa's looking. He's looking online to see if he can find how to do that without picking up your pencil. I want you all to still do it anyway. And you can look it up online. It's okay. Because once I figure out exactly how to do that, then I can quilt these blocks without picking up my needle. Mm-hmm. And that will be so awesome. I have to relearn it because I knew it before. I just got to relearn it. So I was a genius before, but there we go. So see there, I got that one. One's all done. Pretty, pretty, pretty. There you go. See? So then that one's done. Okay, and I'm going to continue doing this now. I'm going to continue doing my squares, and hopefully the next video I'm going to actually be putting squares together to get my quilt starting to make it large and beautiful. Okay, now I'm going to go back now to my reading, and out of the book that we've been reading, Helen Steiner Rice Lovingly, Poems for All Seasons, and we're in the winter season. So here we're reading, Where Can We Find Him? Where can we find the Holy One? Where can we see his only Son? The wise men asked, and we're asking still, where can we find this man of good will? He is far away in some distant place, ruling unseen from his throne of grace. Is there nothing on earth that man can see to give him proof of eternity? It's true, we have never looked on his face, but his likeness shines forth from every place. In everything, both great and small, we can see the hand of God in all. And every day, somewhere, someplace, we see the likeness of his face. For who can watch a new day's birth, or touch the warm, life-giving earth, or feel the softness of the breeze, or look at skies through lacy trees, and say they've never seen his face, or looked upon his throne of grace? And man search for God will end and begin when he opens his heart to let Christ in. I like this one. That's a really good one, because you sit there out in the, look up at the trees and in the birds and in the sky. Oh, and that's where you find him. That is where you find him. Okay, so I'll put my bookmark to the next page for the next time. And I'm going to let y'all go, and I'm going to continue sewing. I'm going to continue with my therapy. And I ask God to watch over you every step you take, every move you make, and bring you back safely, securely, happily, and healthy to the next video. God bless.